Okay, it's time for Jerry and the Goddesses Part 28. Here we go. I jammed a hand in my pocket and closed my fist around the soul I found there. Just bash their heads in. Look, there's a good club right there. My eyes darted over to the piece of lumber leaning against the wall. It looked like a 2x4 that had been converted into a cricket bat with one end cut down into a handle and wrapped in cloth and copper wire. But it was old and half-rotted and looked like I could maybe only bash one head in with it before it broke. Bashing people's heads in is not my strong point, remember? Oh yeah, Yarm's voice replied in my head. Maybe you sneak up behind them and then bash their heads in? I sighed. Ooh, you have one of those thunder sticks, right? Throw thunder at them. I only have 30 bullets in the magazine and there's at least 40 of them out there. What's a magazine? It holds the bullets. Oh, okay. What are bullets? Yarm, we've been over this. I gritted my teeth as I thought the words. Yarm was forgetful sometimes. Oh, those are the thunder eggs, right? Yes, Yarm. Bullets are thunder eggs. Can you maybe get some of them to stand in a line? Yarm's voice sounded hopeful, if not exactly optimistic. I don't think these thunder eggs will go through more than one of them, Yarm. This is an MP5 SD with subsonic ammo, and they have AK knockoffs with very much not subsonic ammo. Huh. Yeah, this sucks. Well, if you die, you can come live with me and my family. Sarissa's got dibs on my soul, and she's promised me to Inanna. Oh, well, maybe you can visit. That would actually be quite nice. Yarm was rather smart, and he could be funny, and his whole family had died at a fairly young age. There were just too many Cro-Magnons around at that time. So his kids were eternally young. And his wife was sweet, if a little overly subservient some of the times. The rest of the time she was a holy terror, striking fear into Yarm's heart the way no mere man could. She reminded me a little of Inanna. I would like that, but honestly this isn't helping Yarm. Yeah. Tell me what's going on. Maybe I'll have an idea. Okay, well, Sarissa and Inanna are busy dealing with the large group of them. I'm trapped in this abandoned hut by this group who are actively hunting me, and Gary and Kathy are, well, somewhere. I hope they're okay. Gary's a warrior. He's fine. Probably having a grand old time. Let's hope. I sighed again. After leaving the ancient vault, we'd run smack into an entire army of paramilitants on their way to Lalibela and to engage in some good old-fashioned ethnic cleansing or something. I wasn't entirely clear on what the conflict was about. I knew that this group was speaking Somali, which was fortunately one of my languages. They all spoke the Benadir dialect, but my northern dialect understanding was close enough to figure out what they meant from the context. Sarissa and Inanna had instructed us to scatter while they pulled a move straight out of the Matrix, blocking the thousands of bullets immediately fired at us in midair. We did, Kathy running off with Gary in one direction and me going in another. Ixie just vanished, and I had no idea what he was up to. He might have been hiding. Physical weapons can actually hurt him, even if they can't kill him. One of the downsides of being a god of all things primal, I guess. Or maybe he was hunting them. In either event, he wasn't here to help. I needed to figure out a way out of this hut on my own. If I could just get some peace and quiet, I might be able to summon Inanna, but I was reluctant to do so, not knowing what exactly she was up to. The plan was for us to all meet up in Bazan, which was north-northeast of the vault, about 11 miles. If I went due north, I would eventually encounter a river, which I could follow to the west until I found a branch to the north. Then I could follow that valley up to the end, where I'd be right by the Bazan church. From there, I could take the road to town. Supposedly, the town was pretty peaceful, what with the aggressors coming from the west and having their eyes on Lalibela and all. But I was trapped in this hut by the group who'd chased me here. I only had one magazine for my gun, and the only vehicle that seemed able to make the drive was one of their technicals, which I'd have to steal. I groaned out loud. Why would Inanna materialize a gun around my neck, but only give me a single... I stopped. I patted my other pockets, but there were no magazines there. I checked the magazine I had, saw a glint of brass and a little hole marked 30, and decided to take a chance. I peeked out the window, seeing the group about 100 yards away and getting closer. If I was going to do this, I needed to do it quickly. I moved to the opposite window, aimed my gun at the ground about 20 yards out, and squeezed the trigger. The mechanical clack of a suppressed weapon firing subsonic ammo sounded loud in the hut, but I knew it wouldn't carry far. I checked the magazine again. Still the hint of brass in the same hole. 5 more shots went out the window. The brass never moved. Ha! Inanna, I could kiss you, or rather do other things that you'd find more enjoyable, but that would have to wait. I pulled Yarm's soul out of my pocket and drew out my little homemade bracelet. It was just some wire and string I'd twisted and tied together, but it would hold one of the marble-sized souls against my wrist, allowing me to commune with it while both hands were free. "Did you figure something out?" Yarm asked as soon as I had his soul situated. "Yeah, as it turns out, I think I have a basically unlimited supply of bullets, or thunder eggs. I need to steal one of their technicals, a specific one. The other 2 don't look like they're going to handle much rough off-roading." "Okay, sounds like a plan. So, what's a technical?" "Those big metal things with wheels." "Ugh. Yarm not trust wheels. Too new. No proof they won't kill me." I groaned. Sometimes Yarm's sense of humor could use a little work. "Yarm, you're already dead." "Oh, good point. In that case, I approve." Yarm wasn't very good with any technology more advanced than a bow and arrow, but he was really good at guerrilla warfare, hunting, sneaking, and scaring the shit out of his enemies. He would be a valuable source of advice. "Okay, Yarm, here's what I need for you to do. I need you to meld with my mind, but only partially, okay? If I lose the instincts to use my gun, they'll probably kill me. But I need your hunting and fighting instincts in a general sense. Can you do that?" "Well, that depends. Are you going to piss yourself again?" "I will try not to," I said through gritted teeth. Well, we'll try really hard. It's not pleasant, you know. I'm okay with you being a coward and all, but it bothers me that you freely admit it and that you keep sticking yourselves in situations a coward has no business in. Yarm, that second part bothers me a lot more than it bothers you, trust me. Ha! I bet it does. Okay, here goes. I felt part of Yarm's soul slip into me, the part that carried his mind, though not all of it. The urge to bash someone's face in let me know that it was working. I hefted my gun and moved away from the group, down the hill until the curvature of the land would hide me. Then I circled around north behind them. The technical I wanted was perched on the crest of a hill, and the guy in the back with a machine gun kept his head on a swivel. Good instincts. I circled around until I was east of the hill where the grass was tallest. Then I sunk to my belly and began crawling slowly. I needed to be careful. If I moved too quickly, the guy would notice and shoot me. If I moved too slowly, they'd reposition. I tried to keep everything Gary and Yarm had ever taught me about fighting in my mind as I moved. Gary's mantra kept running through my head. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. It didn't seem like a joke anymore.